You are about to listen to the words of Fethullah Gulen, a distinguished Islamic scholar and thinker. In this podcast, you will hear his essay, Elevating Humanity.
Your essence is loftier even than that of the angels. Realms are hidden in you, worlds compacted. Humanity is, in essence, the subject of every philosophical and scientific theory. No philosophy can be articulated, nor any science developed, without first taking human beings into consideration. Every field of study ultimately seeks to understand humanity in both its physical and metaphysical dimensions, for all other things derive their meaning and value only in relation to humankind. All branches of the sciences gather around him to discuss his various aspects. Books hasten to him, fill themselves with him, and thus become radiant. Human beings are so perfectly tuned, our biological functions so perfectly adjusted, that we manifest the ideal structure. We cannot help but admire the anatomy of our every organ, not to mention the eternally unfolding depths of our spiritual nature. An intricate mind and an ineffable spirit held together in perfect harmony. Every aspect of the human being is like a magnificent work of art, worthy of wonder. Yet here we will not dwell on humanity's marvelous appearance or its inner dimensions, but rather on our unique potential and capacity. The human being in all his aspects is a difficult creature to understand. His peculiarities begin when he first enters the world. Other creatures are endowed with perfect instincts and an innate knowledge of life's laws. They enter the world as though already trained in another realm. But the human being, the most magnificent and esteemed of all creatures, emerges without any knowledge and with none of the skills necessary for life. Beyond the mechanical order of his body, everything in him develops according to his reason, will, freedom, and introspection. In this way, his inner and outer existences are integrated and he becomes a self. This capacity for synthesis is the greatness of humanity, but it can only be developed through education. If we were to simply leave humanity to its instincts, unable to realize the potential of its identity, this would be like leaving a seed without soil. The lion is equipped with its paw and the bull with its horns, but humanity must prepare all means of survival for itself. We must use our intellect, will, and reason to invent what is beneficial and prevent what is harmful. In this way, we build a civilization in which we can find peace as individuals. Future generations will then inherit the works and virtues cultivated by the hearts and minds of humankind. This is natural, for the human being is not concerned with the present alone. The past and the future also dwell within his mind and are essential to his existence. This is why the many contributors to the development of science and philosophy did not quit working, even when they knew that they would not enjoy the fruits of their labor. They worked for the sake of knowledge and culture for all humanity, leaving behind an astounding legacy. Without such selflessness, there can be no civilization on earth. Yet the efforts of past generations have given us more than material progress. They have left us a heritage of virtue. It is according to the wisdom of those who have gone before us that we develop our capabilities, plan our behaviors, and channel our efforts to good purpose. Throughout history, generations have always set themselves the task of educating subsequent generations, for education is the greatest gift they have to offer. Education fixes humanity's attention on lofty purposes and keeps us from the distraction of our animal inclinations. By providing a frame and context for our activities, education keeps us from wild degeneration. Through education, our capabilities are allowed to flourish, and we unearth the potential hidden in our soul. In the heart of humanity, there are only seeds of goodness. Therefore, even feelings like lust and anger can lead indirectly to beautiful outcomes. And through education, this becomes possible. In other words, only after our capacity for reason, will, and introspection are brought to fruition by education can we become truly human. Then we transcend our animal existence, achieve autonomy in nature, and bind ourselves to the being of absolute independence. Human reason, as defined by philosophy, is our ability to draw conclusions from given premises. It is this intellectual activity that distinguishes us from the rest of creation. Reason is a unique endowment to humanity, yet we do not receive it in its mature form. It is ours only as a potential that we must develop. When reason is united with conscience, it gains a new identity as the link between our inner and outer existences. Then our conscience guides our behavior. In this sense, the ultimate purpose and highest ideal of human reason is the attainment of the knowledge of God. Through this knowledge, reason reaches its maturity and perfection, and we come to recognize our moral responsibilities. Freedom is a consequence of the autonomy we enjoy as humans. We have free control over our actions, but we are also uniquely accountable for them. One should reject the materialist understanding in which humanity's actions are fully determined like the movements of a machine, for it is impossible to discuss morality without first positing freedom. As moral beings, we possess a dimension not bound by natural laws. Our conscience clearly signifies the existence of a transcendent realm to which we are bound by our responsibility to differentiate right from wrong. When we contemplate the external world through conscience, we catch a glimpse of what lies beyond this realm of contingency. In contemplation, we are elevated beyond our spatial limitations. The degree of such ascension depends upon the quality of our intellect, the strength of our will, and the depth of our introspection. Every individual is capable of it, and each of us can share in it according to our abilities. Such ascension leads to the highest attainment of the inner life, the contemplation of the Creator's unique beauty. For centuries, our people have neglected this lofty journey. Yet it is our duty, especially as educators, to help younger generations attain knowledge of their human essence. We must nurture their reason and vitalize their will. We must help them purify their feelings and connect with what is beyond nature. If we fail to raise the young to the dignity of their human potential, history will hold us accountable for their complete alienation.
You have just listened to the words of Fethullah Gulen, brought to life through an AI-generated voice. Known for his teachings on faith, interfaith dialogue, peace, and education, Mr. Gulen also inspired the Hizmet movement, a global initiative that promotes democracy, human rights, equality, and nonviolence. To learn more about Fethullah Gulen and the Hizmet movement, visit fethullahgulen.com.